What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. In case you don't know, Tasty Tuesday is a show where we talk about gaming news of the prior week. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And quick reminder, make sure to play the PlayStation Plus games this month, which are Dead Star, which looks like it's a 10v10 top-down twin-stick shooter in space. It's Versus, which is really interesting. I'm kind of excited to try it out. Apparently there's loot, and you know how we like loot here. And then the second game is Zombie, which I'm actually excited about because I own it on Wii U. I played it for about an hour and realized I didn't want to play it with the Wii pad, so it'll be nice to play it with a PS4 controller. So make sure to play those games. Come back at the end of the month. We'll be talking about it on Plus Club, but let's get into the news.
So for our first story today, the Final Fantasy XI servers on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox 360 came offline as of March 31st. They've been open since 2002, I believe, on the PlayStation, and 2006 on the Xbox.
It's crazy.
Players who were still remaining on those are eligible to play on PC. No extra cost for software or anything like that. But the game is still continuing. And last year they had mentioned making, in partnership with Nexon, a mobile game. But no other news since that time, so...
That's kind of interesting. I mean, obviously we don't have a whole lot of information on a mobile game, but I mean, that's kind of cool. I'd like to see where that goes.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see a full-fledged PC MMO end up on phone. It's kind of a scary thought, to be honest.
I think 11 can work on a phone, though, nowadays. Though.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, the way it looks. Like, it's not a bad-looking game, but it's obviously 2002. It was a while ago.
Yeah. The rumor is that it's supposed to be cleaned up a little bit, and they're supposed to improve party matchmaking and the single-player experience. I haven't played 11 in a long time, so I don't know how much that's improved anyways, but last time I played, playing by yourself was pretty difficult to do. So
yeah. No, they need to do that, so that's good. They're looking into that. First off, I mean, I thought it was quite the accomplishment, especially back then, for them to release Final Fantasy XI, a full-fledged MMO, on consoles.
Yeah.
And I also think it's amazing that they're still active. I did not know that. And obviously they're going down, but like that's crazy to me. And it's always sad to see, even though it's going to be alive on PC, it's always sad to see an MMO servers go down.
Yeah.
But it is cool to see them allowing people. If people are still playing on console, you wouldn't want to get rid of those customers. I mean,
right.
Those guys are pretty devoted. So guys and girls. So yeah, I'm as a person who played a lot of Final Fantasy XI. What do you think about that?
I mean, obviously, a part of me is a little saddened by it. I did play on the PlayStation 2 intermittently with my PC as well, depending on where I was and who I was playing with and stuff. I remember sitting around with a few friends of mine, and there's two people playing on PlayStations while two of us were playing on PCs in the same room. It was really awesome. Neat that we were able to do that, and they didn't have to go out and buy this super expensive computer to be able to participate. It had keyboard and mouse support and everything. It was just really, really neat, and I'm glad that they continued that with Final Fantasy 14 as well.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I got to benefit from that too with Phantasy Star Universe.
Mm-hmm.
You could play PS2 and PC together, and me and Josh did that for a long time, so it was really cool that they did that, and for so long. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, no, that... It is still crazy to me to think back on that game, because every time I do, I still have nothing but great memories of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wish I could have continued playing it, but it's just one of those games you either have a job or you play Final Fantasy XI.
Yeah, similar to Eve.
Yeah,
it's a lifestyle game. But yeah, game's not dead, so that's good. But bon voyage to the console servers,
legacy servers, yeah,
and hopefully anyone still playing it on the consoles is able to move over to the PC easily.
Yeah.
For a second bit of news, Xbox One is getting a substantial update coming out, I think, soon.
End of the year, I believe.
End of the year, so kind of soon. That's going to integrate their Cortana system, where you can talk with your voice and have it search things for you, do things on the console for you, pretty much
similar to Siri.
Exactly, just like Siri, which makes sense because they wanted the Xbox to have the Windows 10 feel to it, and then also integrating what was this? Oh, background music.
Yeah.
which I assume you'll be able to listen to when you're playing games, surfing the internet.
Right.
Similar to the PS4, I believe, has
and the
that.
Xbox 360.
Yeah. Along with a couple other smaller things, I believe. But, I mean, that's cool. These sound like... I think the Cortana thing is a little more exciting. The music, I mean, they should have that. And that's cool they are adding it.
Yeah.
People are going to want that. I thought it was kind of neat that I could listen to Spotify on my PS4 while playing video games.
Yeah, and I know the article we read said that they're not sure if Microsoft is doing a partnership with Spotify as well, or if they're going to use their own music system. I can't remember the name of it now. But
Yeah, me neither. But the Cortana thing's cool. Hopefully they get some really cool integration, like being able to interact with your games through Cortana. I know they're really trying to push Cortana. You can download that on anything. It doesn't have to be a Windows device. Like on your iPhone, you can have Cortana.
How funny.
I believe. I remember reading that. But yeah, any opinions on that?
No, I mean, I think it's neat. I'm glad to see them adding new features. We always say this in the show. New features is always a good thing.
Always.
I've used the voice on the PlayStation 4 a little bit, which is not even that impressive, to be honest. It's very simple keywords. It's still very convenient, though.
I thought we were PS4 fanboys. Fucking...
Can't give them credit all the time.
We're supposed to love everything.
It's nice because I can turn my PlayStation on. At this point, the camera looks at me, logs me in, and then I can literally just tell it what to launch with my voice. But like, not even have to use a controller. It's lazy as hell, but
yeah.
I mean, it's neat that it's there. This sounds like a more expansive version of that. So.
It'll probably be a lot more.
So that's cool. No, I mean, I use Siri on my phone all the time. So
yeah, I'll have to check it out because I have an Xbox One. Because I'm curious. But other than that, more features always better, like we say.
So for our third story, a PlayStation employee, Alex Nawabi, received an email from a guy named Peter Byrne, who actually suffers from cerebral palsy, talking about essentially his difficulty with the controller, how he's always hitting the touchpad during gameplay and stuff. The PlayStation employee, Alex, he actually custom built on his own time, not on it's not a Sony project, a custom controller for him. He disabled the touch button, added a new button on the controller in a different spot for him so he didn't lose out on that feature of the controller, and sent it to him free of charge. He warned him it is an altered controller, there's no warranty, blah, blah, blah. He's not even 100% how it'll work, but he did it for him, so.
Is there any news on if the guy has gotten it or used it yet?
I have not heard anything. I really didn't expect this. Thank you for all the kind words. I'm truly grateful. Seeing how happy he is and how stoked his mom has me in tears. So it sounds like he did get it, and they're very excited that someone actually did that for somebody, and he really didn't have to do that. So.
Yeah. Well, first off, that's amazing. That's amazing that he went out of his way in his own time to do that for this guy. Video games are such a big platform of entertainment. I mean, it's the biggest, in my opinion. Everyone plays them, and that guy, of course, wants to play games and was having troubles with it. And it's really cool that somebody just being a fucking good person and with the resources was able to help him enjoy playing video games. I mean, that's awesome. That's amazing.
I always hear this common theme. We talk about gamers are self-entitled and whiny and stuff like that, but there is this nice underlining theme that gamers are there to play games and to play games with other gamers, and and this is just a great example of someone who obviously wanted to make sure that someone else could also enjoy being able to play video games. This is great. Well,
there is definitely a unity, a camaraderie with gamers, even if you don't agree with what the fuck they're saying. We all understand that we love games.
Yeah.
So understanding someone having issues with that, I think is something we all can understand. I'd be upset if I couldn't play video games anymore. I mean, I enjoy them that much. I love them. They're great. That's why we fucking do this show. So that's awesome. That's a really good story. I'm glad that guy was able to help him out. I'm wondering what will happen if that controller breaks. Yeah. But let's not think about that just yet. Hopefully, it gets a good couple years out of that. But yeah, that's awesome. Awesome story. Uplifting. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously not too much to say other than
good looking out, Alex Nawabi. You did a good thing. It's awesome. You should be proud.
Absolutely.
On to the next topic. For the last bit of news, apparently Neil Druckmann has said that the ending of Uncharted 4 Thieves' End is going to have fans of the game divided on in talking. Apparently in test groups, people were... what's the word I'm looking for? Were mixed on their reaction to the ending. With the ominous name Thieves' End, we can only speculate. I'm assuming something bad happens to Nathan Drake. I would hate that, but it's possible. But when asked about the nature of the ending, he said, I think people will discuss the ending. If focus tests are anything to go by, there will be some arguments about the ending. I'm excited. Indifference would be the worst thing. I would rather have people hate it than be indifferent to it. We'll see how they react. And when asked directly if Nathan Drake would die at the end of Thieves' End, Druckmann said, do you really want me to tell you? You don't really want me to tell you. So yeah, what do you think about this ending that they're talking about?
This reminds me of Mass Effect 3.
Mm-hmm.
How there was an ending that obviously had people hating it, right? Except for in this case, the creative, mind behind it says, I want people. I'd rather they'd hate it than be indecisive.
He wants a reaction.
I think that's great. If it is, as obviously speculation here, if something bad does happen to Nathan Drake, I would kind of like that because it would give a definitive end to his story. It would also not be like a happy ending, kind of break out of the mold a little bit. And if The Last of Us is anything to go off of, it's not always happy. So.
Well, that's where I was thinking is they said already that they've learned a lot of things from The Last of Us. I'm assuming they're talking about lessons they learned making the game, but also maturity and tone. Neil Druckmann directed The Last of Us, and he did a fucking amazing job. This guy's a badass. He does what he wants. They didn't want Ellie on the case. He fucking was saying that she's an integral part of the story. She's going to be on the case.
Right.
Game sold just fine. So I feel like his ending's going to be his ending. Unapologetic, his way. And I do think it's going to be a mature ending because this guy, what he did with The Last of Us was fucking incredible. And people were mixed on the ending of that game. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's really open-ended. I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, so, if they were to kill off Nathan Drake, I think a lot of people will be upset with that because people love characters and they don't want to see them die. I mean,
right.
You see that in Game of Thrones constantly. People like a character a lot and then they end up fucking dying and then they're like, what the fuck? But these events are impactful, and if Nathan Drake were to die in some kind of heroic way, which of course he would, I think if they're trying to end the series, this is a good way to make that legacy go on and have a great ending that they'll be remembered forever.
Oh yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Especially after seeing the progress of all their games, and after seeing the Last of Us, I mean, it'd be really surprising if this game was, bad in story, and I really expect him to bring something to the table that, like he said, is going to have people have. Possibly a conflict of emotion, essentially.
Yeah.
So,
and the game does seem like it's going to be more mature in its tone.
Yeah.
All the games have been doing that, and especially with the last game, the third one, way more cinematic than the other games. Different director for that one, but I feel like this one's just going to elevate it even further. And with him directing it, it's going to be so fucking good. I can't wait for it.
Oh yeah.
That comes out in May.
I believe so.
I can't wait. But yeah, I'm calling it. I think Nathan Drake's gonna die. And as long as they do it right, I'm fine with it. I'll miss him, but I can go back and play the games anytime. But yeah, let us know in the comments below. What do you think is gonna happen? Or would it upset you if they killed off one of gaming's favorite fucking icons nowadays? Let us know. Do you have anything to say on that left?
Not really. Other than if they do, like you said, kill him off, then good ending to essentially a long story. Hopefully, obviously, and then hopefully freeing them up some space to potentially even work on a new IP at that point too. So
Yeah, I remember they're talking about after The Last of Us was so successful, they have like 7 ideas they want to work on. One was a sci-fi game. I would love to see a fucking Naughty Dog sci-fi game.
One, yeah, it would just be great for them to have the freed up time to be able to put obviously the time and effort that they put into their games. So
Yeah, and Last of Us 2. That needs to happen. With or without Joel and Ellie, or whatever the fuck.
yeah, though it sounds like they don't want to continue their story. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, but I think it's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. We have so many of them. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, Tasty Loot Gaming. Check us out on Twitch. Sleep Division, I've been streaming again. I will be streaming most of this week. Check out this Friday. We did Tasty Cast episode 2. It sounds fine. There's no audio errors, so it should be fun. It's an hour and a half, though, so it's going to be a long sit, but it's really good.
We also had a guest with us, our buddy Rob.
Our friend Rob came out, 4 of us. We had a really good discussion. We talk about controversy of Overwatch with Tracer, and we talk about crypto key controversy in Call of Duty and a lot of other shit. Until the next episode, I guess we'll see you later. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And take it easy, guys.